If you're planning a building project, watching this short video from SA Architectural Services could be the most valuable thing you do for years. We can say this because it will help you avoid the #1 most costly mistake people make when doing a building project. Have you ever heard the term on time and on budget? If not, this concept is an important one. On time and on budget is a term used in all big projects, from construction to IT to building roads. All projects are trying to meet their target. The term refers to completing a project within the planned time frame and within the planned cost. Many times this doesn't happen, and for your project, this is bad news. There are many reasons why projects might not come in on time and on budget, but by far the #1 reason is lack of planning in the early phases. Here's the thing. At some point during your project, you're going to discover a way to make your home better. That's a given. It always happens. It could be a design change. It could be a window or door in a better place. It could be the layout of a room. It might be a design that saves you money or dramatically improves the livability of the spaces. But sooner or later, you're going to want to make a change. And when shortcuts are taken early on and people rush into the design phase, they do not discover all the options they had or what they really wanted until the concrete has already been poured. Without getting a full needs and options review conducted before the builder gets on site, property owners regularly shortchange their design. Late discovery of your real needs or options leaves you feeling disappointed. If only I had known. This is why SA Architectural Services created the Needs and Options Review. There are 5 phases during a project when changes can be made: Needs and Options Review, Concept Design, Building Specification, Tender and Negotiation, the Construction phase. If you discover better options early, then you can make the changes effortlessly. Make your discoveries late and you pay exponentially more, or worse, end up in a property where you settled for a bad option. Here's an indication of how costs change the later you make alterations. During the Needs and Options Review, it's 1 times your cost, and during the construction phase, it can be 50 times more. A picture tells 1,000 words. With our Needs and Options Review, you will never have to utter those tragic words, "If only I had known." Take a look at this graph. Time is on the bottom, on the x-axis. As time progresses, the opportunity to make changes decreases. This is common sense. It's a lot easier to change the location of a concrete footing before it's been placed in the ground. Now this graph represents the relative cost to make a change. As you can see, as time progresses, changes get increasingly more expensive. The best time to make a change is at the beginning of a project. This is why a thorough Needs and Options Review should be your first step. As Abraham Lincoln said, "If I had 9 hours to chop down a tree, I'd spend the first 6 sharpening my axe." Lincoln understood that proper preparation early on can save a lot of time and effort in the long run. Or put into common modern terms, measure twice and cut once. When we overlay these 2 charts, you can see that at the beginning of a project, the opportunity for change is greatest and the cost to make changes is least. It's at this point in the process that we want to thoroughly explore all of your needs and options. This is why a proper investigation of needs and options saves time and money. You may be asking, do I need a Needs and Options Review? Here's a quick test to find out. Take out a pen and paper and give yourself a score for each of the following questions. Out of 10, how clear are you on exactly what you need? Out of 10, how aware are you of all the various options your site will accommodate? Out of 10, how confident are you that you're aware of all the legal requirements? Out of 10, how aware are you of the process you'll need to have in place to get the project completed on time and on budget? Out of 10, how confident are you that your budget will achieve your needs? Don't worry about not being able to answer these questions yet. The Needs and Options Review will allow us to fill in the gaps and get you ready to move on to the design phase. SA Architectural Services designed this process a few years ago because we saw a huge issue in the construction industry of people starting design and construction before they'd fully done their research and homework. We used to see many building projects going over time and over budget. So, the first step you'll need to complete is the Needs and Options Review. The consequence of inadequate upfront research of needs and options is like building a house on bad foundations. The foundations are the most important part of the whole house because everything else is built on top. It's very expensive to change the foundations once you've started to build on top of them, but it's very easy to change them if they're simply lines on a plan. This is what makes us different. We spend more time on the research than most other firms who rush their clients into the design phase. We take a different approach. In fact, we will only work with clients who are prepared to do the Needs and Options Review properly. We will not rush this step. It only causes cost overruns later if we take shortcuts and don't establish solid foundations. The Needs and Options Review is the most important step because it lays the foundation for a successful project. Once complete, the valuable insights you gain from this first phase can be used by us or any other architectural consultant and will ultimately produce a better result for you. Can I save money by not paying for a Needs and Options Review? Sure, you could skip this step or meet with someone who gives you a few ideas for free before rushing you into the design phase prematurely. However, not investing the time in a full Needs and Options Review in depth can be the most expensive decision you make during your project. The most cost-effective time to discover all of your options is now. To book your Needs and Options session, click the link below. Someone will contact you shortly to schedule a suitable time. Thank you for watching this brief training video. We look forward to working with you soon. Click the link below now to book your Needs and Options Review.